Welcome back to Red Wolf Roundtable, everybody. Hi, you already know who I am. I'm Tristan Harlan here with my good friend, my good pal, my good compadre, my partner in crime,
ASU-TV.
the better half to my second half, Cooper, the juice box melter. Cooper, how are you doing today, brother?
I'm doing great, Tristan. We got a great episode of Red Wolf Roundtable today, It's a great Wednesday here at Arkansas State. What can I say?
Yeah, Cooper, I'm so glad to be here with you, be here with the whole crew today. And, before we get carried away, you already know what time it is. It's time to send it to our special news desk correspondent, Ella Jane Britt. Ella Jane, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Tristan. Thanks for asking. My name is Ella Jane Britt, and welcome back to the Red Wolf Roundtable News Desk. This week in A-State Athletics, it's a battle of 2, 3, and 7 football teams in San Marcos, Texas. This Saturday, as Arkansas State takes on the Texas State Bobcats at 2 p.m. on ESPN3. Saturday's game will mark the 10th meeting ever between Arkansas State and Texas State, as they're set to continue their Sun Belt Conference series that began back in 2013. The Red Wolves lead the all-time series 6-3. Texas State snapped a 5-game skid versus Arkansas State in the last meeting in San Marcos, winning 47-45 and followed with a 24-22 win last season in Jonesboro. The first 7 contestants in the series were decided by at least 17 points, but the last 2 by 2 points, respectively. If you cannot watch the game on ESPN3, you can listen to the game live on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network from Learfield. With 6 combined Arkansas State football, men's basketball, and women's basketball home games slated for November 22nd through the 27th, the A-State Athletics Department has announced it is offering a Thanksgiving feast ticket promotion that will allow the fans to be a part of the action next week at Centennial Bank Stadium and First National Bank Arena for just $25 a person. A-State will host a men's and women's basketball doubleheader on Tuesday, November 22nd against UT Martin at 5 p.m. and Oklahoma at 7:30 p.m. Respectively, the men's squad will also host Prairie View A&M on Friday at 7 p.m. and Bethel on Sunday at 2 p.m. The football team will play Senior Day game Saturday, November 26th at 2 p.m. against Troy, which will follow the women's basketball game versus Kansas that is set to tip off at 11 a.m. Visit astateredwolves.com for all the information. That's all I have for you this week from the Red Wolf Roundtable News Desk. Tristan and Cooper, back to you guys.
Cooper, we got our 3rd win in the football season.
We won!
But we beat UMass.
Hey, give me some.
Yeah, we won. Yeah. That was a crisp high five.
That was pretty good.
That was something even Gus Johnson would like to commentate
Yes.
over. But Cooper, we beat UMass. We beat them by 2, but we actually won a football game.
Right now, I'm feeling like Jameis Winston, eating the W.
Yes, sir.
Eating the W. But, let's not get carried away like you're saying. It was UMass. And for y'all who don't know, we won a game. Yeah, we won. But, why do y'all keep saying it was against UMass? Well, they're the worst team in college football. Literally. You can't get any worse than UMass. And UMass, they gave us all we could handle.
They gave us all we could handle and then some. It came down to a final 2-point conversion stand, kind of like the one I saw in Baton Rouge and Death Valley when LSU took on the mighty Crimson Tide. But the scene was set. It was cold. The Arkansas State Red Wolves needed a stop to get the 2-point to get the win. They ran a little out. What was it? A little flat route.
It's like the tight end out.
Yeah, you know it better than me coming from a family of coaches. But anyways, regardless, stopped them a hair of a yard short. And I mean by the hairs of their chinny chin. They stopped them short. And unfortunately, this wasn't like the Rams versus Titans in the Super Bowl back in the 90s. This was for the Arkansas State Red Wolves to get their 3rd win. And Butch Jones finally beat his last year record of 2-10.
That game, when we said it was cold, it was windy, the sun wasn't even out. It was just a cold day in Jonesboro, but we came out with a win. We pulled it out of our hat and we caught a W finally, but not before. It was like one of those games, we kind of got up. I think we got up 2 scores, and I was like, all right, we're going to, run away with it, and then we never could. The Minuteman of UMass kept fighting back.
Well, we're going to take a short break, Cooper, and then when we come back, we'll get into more UMass breakdown and stats. And you're watching Red Wolf Roundtable here on ASU-TV.
ASU-TV, shows like Red Wolf Roundtable, ASU-TV News, Westside Football, and more. Gain real-life experience while doing what you love. Get involved with ASU-TV today.
ASU-TV, covering all your favorite sports. From Red Wolf Roundtable to Westside Football and more, ASU-TV has you covered. Tune in now to ASU-TV for news and coverage on these sports and more.
Welcome back to Red Wolf Roundtable. Now let's go ahead and dive more further into the UMass game where the Arkansas State Red Bulls were able to get victorious. Before we took a break, we were just fixing to hit on how you were talking about the UMass Minutemen running away with it and how we couldn't run away with it. But speaking of running away, Marcel Murray, he was running like he was trying to get the last piece of toilet paper when COVID-19 hit because that man was gone.
Yeah, Murray, it was finally good to see him back out on the field. You know, all been dealing with injuries feels like his whole time here at Arkansas State. And he finally, he got the ball, and that touchdown, that was a really good run. It was nice to see Murray finally be able to go out there and show what he could do because the injury bug didn't bite him. We would have had an amazing backfield of running backs with Johnny Lang and Snead.
Yeah, Cooper, but the stats are really going to tell the test of a story for this game. A-State, they struggled throwing the ball. I guess they just weren't used to really throwing the ball in the cold. When it came down to the rushing yards, we mentioned Marcel Murray able to get that big run off for the touchdown, but UMass, they were still able to beat us in the rushing yard category. Now, if you're looking at the third down conversions, you're thinking, how in the world did Arkansas State win this football game when they were 0 for 8 on third downs and they only held the ball for 18 minutes and 30 seconds? Well, let me tell you this right now. Coach Jones in his weekly press conference, he was talking about how at the end of the game, the UMass coach came up to him and said, Coach, I got to give it to you. You beat us at our own game. We came down here to the South from up north thinking, oh, these Southern boys, they ain't going to do nothing because they ain't used to the cold. Well, the team came out, no sleeves on, and they were able to rock and roll all night long and able to get that victory.
Well, unlike the football team, I had multiple layers on, but if you're
cold?
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't cold.
Yeah, you were in
the control room.
Yeah, no, but if you're looking just at the stats real quick, you don't have to pull it up, but if you just looked at them in the newspaper and you didn't see the score, you're like, we lost to the UMass Minutemen. They beat us throwing the ball, rushing the ball, they converted on third downs, and they held the ball for the entire game. You're thinking, crap, we lost to UMass. And then you look at the score and it says, Arkansas State won 35-33, and you're like, well, how does that happen? Like I said earlier, the UMass Minuteman football team is the worst football team in college football, and they will find a way to lose, and they did. And we won. We took advantage of something, and we won.
Well, Cooper, it was really a battle for who was the worst team. But speaking of battling for the worst team, look at this next contest for the Red Bulls in the Sun Belt. One of their last conference games of the year. we're going to go snake hunting, mate. We're going to go down. We're going to hunt Lane Hatcher and Lincoln Perry. We're going to get them. We're going to get them good. Because you're seeing it right here. Arkansas State, they're scoring more points a game. They're allowing way more points than they should. They're really rushing the ball almost at 100 yards. They're passing the ball almost to the point where Texas State is. But, man, Coach Joe said in this weekly press conference, this game is not about Lincoln Perry or Lane Hatcher versus Arkansas State getting their redemption. It's just Arkansas State versus Texas State. And, man, listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. As an Arkansas State supporter, when I see those two teams in the opposite jerseys, I'm wanting our defensive line to absolutely rip their heads off and make them wish they never would have left this university.
I mean, I have to agree with you. It's not, he said it's Arkansas State versus Texas State. Yeah, that's what if you're reading on the newspaper, on TV, that's what it's going to say. But everyone here at Arkansas State and Arkansas State football players and fans, it's Arkansas State versus Lane Hatcher and Lincoln Perry and Kelly Dampus. I mean, we're out for blood, and this is the one game, I just hope Arkansas State drops 150 points on them and let Texas State score 0. Lane Hatcher, I hope he's pulling turf out of his helmet every play, and I hope Lincoln Perry's having to get helped up after every play because we're putting them on their butts.
Well, here's the thing, too. And James Blackman, he was one of the athletes that were talking at the press conference, and he said, oh, well, I've got respect and love for Lane Hatcher.
I have no respect. Screw him.
You were facing him in a quarterback battle just a year ago, and you're talking about love and respect. The man was obviously quarterback one. If he was still here, you would still be riding the bench, my friend. You're talking about,
prove us wrong.
Exactly. What have you done this year? You've only thrown one interception, but what have you done? You've choked in so many 2-minute drives. It's not even funny. Heck, if you were playing on rookie mode in Madden, you probably wouldn't be able to win a ball game. It's just absolute blasphemous that you're saying you have love and respect for the dude, because the fact of the matter is, no matter if you, Coach Jones, or anybody over there wants to attest to this, if Lane Hatcher was here, heck, if anybody with a brain was here facing you for a quarterback position other than A.J. Mayer, you would be riding the bench saying, man, what did I do wrong? Let me tell you what you did wrong. You can't even throw the ball. But listen here, it was good to know that finally that A-State volleyball just won a game. We actually just got told that. They beat Georgia State, Coop. How about it? How about them Rebels? They beat them 3-0. Wow.
Hey, you know what? Forget all the rambling. We won. We're on a winning streak. Let's go.
We're going to a break. You're watching Red Wolf Roundtable. We're going on a break with a win.
ASU-TV, shows like Red Wolf Roundtable, ASU-TV News, Westside Football, and more. Gain real-life experience while doing what you love. Get involved with ASU-TV today.
ASU-TV, covering all your favorite sports. From Red Wolf Roundtable to Westside Football and more, ASU-TV has you covered. Tune in now to ASU-TV for news and coverage on these sports and more.
Breaking news, we're back, and now it's time to talk about some women's basketball. The women's basketball team, they had 2 games on the road, first playing Louisiana Tech and then playing against UT Martin. Unfortunately, they couldn't come back home with the win. But Cooper, looking at that Louisiana Tech game, looking at those stats, that was a very competitive ball game down to the final whistle.
Well, yeah, I mean, the 3-point percentage and field goal percentage, you don't want it to be. You want to be shooting around 44% on the field goal percentage and high 30s to the 40 range on the 3-point percentage. But, this is a game, you're looking at it, they out-rebounded you by 2. If you maybe get 1 more rebound, still a rebound from them, or maybe still just 2 more, we win this game by 1 point. No save. But it's the first game. That was the first game of the year. And, Coach Rogers, she was preaching defense, defense, defense. And to hold Tech to only 59 points, it's pretty good.
Yeah, Cooper. Now, looking at the next game against UT Martin, I mean, it wasn't necessarily as close as the Louisiana Tech game, and this is kind of where a lot of the fans, once you see the stats, is going to be like, maybe this is just going to be the same old from last season. But, I mean, you're looking at it this way. I mean, yeah, they shot better than you when it came to the field goal percentage. They out-rebounded you once again. I mean, you shot better at them from 3-point territory. But look at the score. I mean, look, I get that you got not a new team, but you've got a new element in Izzy Higginbottom from Missouri, so she's probably kind of wanting to run the floor, kind of like it, bring the SEC to the Sun Belt. And so far, the growing pains are showing, and it just really isn't working. And, it's funny that we mentioned this because I actually had a chance to do, as I'm going to call it from now on, a one-on-one Zoom call with Coach Rogers to hear what she had to say about her team and why you should come out to support this women's basketball team. So let's take a look.
The biggest thing that has caught me by surprise is us not being able to put 40 minutes together. We played 2 scrimmages before the season, and we got up to a slow start, but we finished strong, and it seemed to flip-flop. So we're getting off to, I think, a good start, and then that second half, it seems like we're falling apart a little bit. This team is a team that works hard. We got a good group of girls, and I can promise you that you come out and watch this team, you'll be proud, to watch this team play. I'm just telling you right now, it may not look this way. And, you could look at the score last night and say, well, maybe they're not going to be as good as we thought. I'm telling you now, we are. We got to figure it out. They got to figure it out. That chemistry has to be a little bit better. And there's some things that we could change up and work on. But I'm telling you now, you want to support this team. You want to get behind this team. We got some more challenging games coming up that we're going to have to battle through, and that's fine. That's what we want. But I'm telling you now, I said it on today, November 15th at 11:10, this team is special, and they're going to get it together. It's going to come together, and when it does, I'm just telling you, it's going to be fun to watch. It is. It's fun to coach, fun to watch. But I just need everybody to stick behind this team, even while we're going through these pains. They need that. We need that. And the city of Jonesboro should want to get behind this women's basketball team.
And Cooper, it's great to hear Coach Rogers say that. She understands that there's going to be a little hiccups in the roads, and that's why the schedule's the way it is. But it's great to hear that Coach Rogers, no matter that they're 0-2 right now, she's still got 100% faith in her team. And she still said, like she said, as of November, I think she said 15th, thank you, that this team was going to be fun to watch. And honestly, it kind of made it sound like she said that they may run the table, but that's just between you and I.
Every time I listen to Coach Rogers' interview, press conference, just listen to her talk, just makes me like her more and more. Just her attitude, her style of coaching is really respectable. She's down to the earth. She can, you have some coaches, they think they're above everyone else. Well, Coach Rogers, she's very humble. She talks to you as if you're human. She's just a great coach. And if she and her players just, if they just click, they're going to be a really good team.
Yeah, Cooper. Well, tonight, actually, the women's basketball team, they will be playing Hendricks at home, but we kind of ran out of time there, so we're going to go ahead and take another break. You're watching Red Wolf Roundtable here on ASU-TV.
ASU-TV, shows like Red Wolf Roundtable, ASU-TV News, Westside Football, and more. Gain real-life experience while doing what you love. Get involved with ASU-TV today.
ASU-TV, covering all your favorite sports. From Red Wolf Roundtable to Westside football and more, ASU-TV has you covered. Tune in now to ASU-TV for news and coverage on these sports and more.
Welcome back to Red Wolf Roundtable. Now it's time to talk about the other basketball team here, the men's basketball team. And Cooper, they had a great game against LSU. The stats really tell that story as well. You know, that's one of our big things here. Stats tell stories.
Yeah, you know, they went into that game, you know, no one really thought, man, this team's going to win it. But they lost by 9, and we shot terrible. I mean, terrible from the three-point land, 20%. We out-rebounded them, shot the same field goal percentage. But, you know, if we could have just hit our three-point shots, we would have won that game. You knock down just 3 more and it's tied. You just hit 3 of them, spread out through the rest of the game, we win. But you know what? We came up short. But there's nothing to be upset about. You went toe-to-toe with an SEC school.
Yeah, Cooper, and you know, if Coach Blotto would have heard that, he'd have said, no, we lost. There's no more victories.
Yeah.
But regardless of that, we move on to the next game, and that's against Lyon. It actually took place this past weekend, and Cooper, that was an exciting game.
Yes, it was an exciting game. Being there on the floor, that team finally, it's like they're finding their stride here. Avery Feltz having a great game. He was doing it on offense, defense, and he was just finally finding his spot. After, you know, last year, like I said, he was just kind of one of those situational guys. He's finally finding his stride.
Yeah, Cooper, I mean, he dished 9 assists, and you're going to see some highlights that, you know, we got from our good friend Colby Wood. Shout out Colby. He does great with these highlights. That's why Peyton Burr likes him so much.
Yeah.
But you're seeing it here. Avery Feltz right there. Watch that. Pow. Just quick little lob. That's been kind of the center point. And Caleb Fields, he's going to shoot the 3. He's going to drain it. This has been the storyline of this team so far. Can they communicate better at home? Can they communicate at home like they do on the road?
Let's watch this real quick. Speaking of Avery Feltz, he's just going to play tremendous defense here, Tristan. You know, he forces the turnover as we're going to see it. AB gets the ball. You know what? Give it to the man. He just had a great defensive possession. You know what? Defense leads to offense. Kaboom.
Man, Cooper, you love that play right there.
Oh.
And AB, he was able to get the block. Look, there he is, Avery Feltz. And then he gives it to Caleb Fields. Caleb Fields, another 3. Lights out shooting. This team was firing on all cylinders, and I get it was against Lyon, but man, this is what you like to see at home from your team. And I like the new jerseys too. That's a nice little touch.
I like the red jerseys. I'm a fan of the all reds. You know, maybe if we can get the Red Wolf logo on a couple of them, it might be a little bit better. But that's just my opinion. I don't want to offend nobody.
Yeah, Cooper. And, you know, Lyon was a true test. You know, it was really their eye-opening thing at home. Can they rebound after the loss against LSU? And they really did. And now their next game, they take on UC Davis, and that's going to be a road trip for them. That's all the way out in California. And it's going to be one of those things that it's going to show, maybe not now, but towards the later on in the season, what role does AB play on that team? And if you don't know who AB is, he's the big 7'2" guy.
It's hard to miss him.
It's hard to miss him. He's actually a good friend of mine. We talk all the time during pregame when I'm setting up for the ESPN production. But the biggest thing for me is how is he going to fit in on this team? Is Coach Bellato going to be playing him a lot of minutes, or is he just going to come in those pivotal moments when it's time to get a block, time to get a defensive stop, and really open up that offense for maybe your Fields or maybe not a Fields, but a Felts or a Fields 3-point shot to really kind of send home this team to show that, hey, the Sun Belt may have put us here, but if we fire on all cylinders, we're up here.
Well, AB, he's a freshman. He's still, learning how to play with these guys like Caleb Fields, Avery Felts, and Marquise Davis. They've played with each other last year. They know their specialties. And, yeah, he's been practicing with them all summer, all off season. But you don't really get the feel of play until you're actually out there in a game time moment, actual playing time. So right now, he's still, getting the feel of things. Just one thing that I'm sure Coach Bellato, he's really going to help out there as the season go on. Just get them stronger. You're 7 foot. You got to go up strong. You got to finish those layups. But you know what? He's a light-out shooter as well.
Yeah, Cooper, and I hate to kind of tell you you're wrong, but you're kind of wrong on some point that you make. Is AB, this is his first real sort of month in competition play, whether practice, because he did have the stress factor. I know you hate being wrong, and you even hate it more when I tell you you're wrong, but this time I got one up on you.
No, you don't.
It'd be all right. But anyways.
I'm never wrong. Shush.
Wow. You're very hostile today. Did you drink your apple juice?
No.
Well, that explains it. We're just going to have to take another road trip up to Columbus and stop at the Waffle House.
All right.
But regardless of that, yeah, man, AB, he's got to be a vital part of this offense. He's got veteran leadership, and then it's got to be, can AB produce when he's needed most?
Yeah, he needs to – the one thing I would like to see him more is really going up and getting rebounds, because last night he didn't play as much, but he never really got a ton of rebounds. He wasn't, you see him out there, you expect him, he's going to average a double-double every night. He just, crashed the boards more than he is.
Well, to touch more about the breaking news that we said earlier in the show is that Arkansas State are going to take on Old Dominion in the next round on November 17th. Hopefully they can get another win and continue on going. Old Dominion will actually be the 3 seed in that tournament. So hopefully Arkansas State can do some good things. But Cooper, I think it's time once again to send it to our awesome news desk correspondent, Ella Jane Brett. Ella Jane, take it away.
With the A-State men's and women's basketball seasons already underway, please be sure to visit astateredwolves.com to see the complete schedules and broadcast information. With the A-State football team will travel to Texas State this Saturday to take on the Bobcats at 2 p.m. on ESPN3. If you cannot watch the game on ESPN3, you can listen to the game live on the EAB Red Wolves Sports Network in Learfield. Back to you guys, Tristan and Cooper.
Well, Cooper, I think that just about does it here for Red Wolf Roundtable. We're going to get a couple more thoughts out, but man, just run real quick before we get too far gone. This is for you for being wrong. But anyways, guys, we hope you enjoyed this show of Red Wolf Roundtable. We'll see you guys next week.